Okay, so here's the another purple comic question. So this was middle school contest 2016, and this question was number 10, not 11. Okay, so the question says there's a rope we are attaching to the a point that is 2 meters away from the corner of the shaft, and the shaft is given as square shape, and the rope is 40 meters long, and we'd like to find the area of the grass that's growing around that shaft. Okay, and that's given actually by n pi. So n is the answer. The n is the number we are looking for. So let's go ahead and draw the maybe square. So that should be our first step. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to just pick one corner. So it doesn't matter which corner we are picking. So let's say this is my corner, and we are going to attach the rope 2 meters away from that corner. So let's say this is 2. Since we are tall, the each side of the square is 10 units, 10 meters. So that is going to be 8. So this is 10, this is 10, and this is 10. So, but the probably the most challenging part with these questions is just seeing the figure. So how that looks like after you kind of see drop like the rope that you are given, how that looks like when you actually have the whole region. So one way to maybe to look at the region. So I will actually go ahead and draw a 14 meters long a line segment on each direction. So I can have something like this. I can have 14, 14 like that. So if you do a few in your head, so you can actually see what's going on. So that will be like 14. So since this is gonna be all directions, so it will be actually a square, sometimes quarter circles, like square, like quarter circles, sometimes like half circles. So my first step would be just drawing some horizontal or vertical lines. So I'm gonna just do horizontal first. So let's say this is 14 meters. And if I do the same thing with the all vertical side, so that should be 2 plus 12. So let's say this is 14. And if I do this is 8 plus 6, so that should be 6 more at the bottom, so that should be 6. And as we already saw, the figure was look like a quarter circle, so it will be look like something like this. Okay, and this is gonna be a part. And if I continue with the other piece, so that should be look like this one. As I said at the beginning, so you can just attach this rope like that. So you just need to see that that is gonna be all directions. Okay, so but these are not the only ones. So let's say this is the rope that you attach that is 2 meters. As soon as you have to this point, so you may extend this like 12 meters this way, or you can do this way 12, 12, 12, and some stuff like that. Since this is the 10 units, so if you just extend this direction, so I should have 2 meters more on the left side of the square. So that's why I'm gonna have 2 right here, and it should be another quarter circle. My picture is not really nice looking, but I, I hope that will be kind of easier to see the shape how that looks like. Okay, and if I want to extend more, so that should be another quarter circle with two units, 2 meters radius. Okay, and the last piece that I have 6 right there, so it should be another quarter circle. So this is 90 degrees, this is 90 degrees, this is 90, this is 90, and this is also another 90 degrees. So this is the whole region. So right now I'm gonna go ahead and add these ones. So I'm gonna start with the smallest one, which is 1/4 pi times radius, which is 2 square. And the second one is gonna be this region, which is also a quarter circle, pi times radius of 12. And the next one is we have a quarter circle right here, but the same is right there with the same radius, which is 1/2 pi times 14 square. And the last one is going to be a quarter circle right there, which is 1/4 times pi times radius of 6. Okay, so all I need to add these numbers. Okay, so if I add them, So let's see what we have. So that should be pi, and 144 fourth will be 36 pi, and 196 over 2 is 98 pi, and 36 fourth will be 9 pi. So if I add them, I will get 144 pi. But the question was asking the end, so that should be the number before pi, okay? So which is 144. Okay, here's another question, which is the 2016 Purple Comet, and this was number 17. So this is a probability question, and we are going to flip a coin 6 times, and we are looking for the probability of getting a 3 heads in a row, but not 4 heads. Okay, so since we don't really know what 3 flips should be had, maybe the first 3, maybe last 3, maybe in some 3 in the middle. So we'll just actually go ahead and start doing solving this problem, like doing some case work. Okay, so let's start with my first 3 will be had. Okay, so let's say these are had. My next one should be tail because I don't want to get 4 heads. I need to get exactly 3 heads. Okay, actually not exactly 3 heads, just 3 heads in a row. So you might have more than 3 heads, but they shouldn't be in a row. Okay, so we have 3 heads, 1 tail, and then we should have 2 more Philip. And it doesn't really matter whatever you are getting for the last 2 Philips. So each Philip will have 2 options, head or tail. So 2 times 2 is going to be 4. If you want to list them, so tail, 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 head, tail, and head. So you have 4 options. Maybe the first one is tail and the next 3 is head. So that is my next case. But in order for us to get 3 heads in a row, the fifth one has to be tail, and the last one could be anything. So we have 1 tail, 3 heads, and 1 tail. So that means we have 3 heads in a row, and the last one could be anything. So tail or head. So you have 2 possible options. For the next one, I don't really know about the first one. I'm going to leave it empty. So the second might be tail, the head, and the next one has to be tail. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the first one could be anything. So we have tail or head, so that means we have 2 choices for the first one. And then we have one more possible way to get this 6 flipping. So I can have tail, head, head, and head. So the first 2 might be anything. So we have 2 choices for each. So 2 times 2 is going to be 4. In total, our probability is going to be desired outcome divided by total. So desired outcome is 2, 2, 2, and 4, which is 12. And the total outcome is basically for every single flip, you have 2 options, tail or head. So you are flipping this 6 times, so 2 to the 6th power. So 12 over 64 is going to be 3/16. And we are looking for the m and n relatively prime. In this case, 3 and 16 are. So 3 plus 16 has to be 19. Okay, so that's the final answer.